In South Africa, over 11 million people belong to Stokvels as they remain a common and crucial financial strategy. And with the rise of COVID-19 and respective social distancing regulations and financial burdens, Stokvels have faced some major challenges and setbacks. But in true South African style, a strong sense of resilience has been shown as new trends and practices have started emerging as a means to cope. So here to share more insights is Stokvels, the growth head of FNB Cash Investments. Welcome to Afternoon Express, Sfiso.
Thank you for your time, Balisa.
Now, Sfiso, what interesting trends and insights have you seen around deposits made by Stokvels over the course of the national lockdown?
I think the national lockdown is something that has had a major impact on the economy. What's been interesting to see from a Stokvels point of view is how saving in a group has managed to keep members going through the lockdown. When we look at the deposits that Stokvels make, on average, Stokvels are depositing 10,000 times per month. Now, when we look at the national lockdown, the number has dropped slightly to about 7,500, which is around a 25% drop. So we're starting to see that 1 in 4 Stokvels or 1 in 4 Stokvels members aren't able to make the deposits that they could previously make. I think given the fact that customers and consumers have been impacted by lockdown, it is expected. But looking at that number, it's a good number to see because some businesses have declined by as much as 80% and some have completely shut down, as we know. So it shows the resilience of Stokvels groups across South Africa, continuing to save and continuing to make sure that by pulling together, they can get towards their financial dreams.
Sfiso, let's look at the other end of the spectrum. I mean, similarly, are there any interesting trends that you've seen around withdrawals made by Stokvels?
Right, we've touched on how there is a need for cash at this moment. So our expectation was that we're going to look at these trends and we're going to see Stokvels actually withdrawing more than they do. But when we looked at the numbers, approximately 1,600 withdrawals are made every month by Stokvels groups. This number has actually declined now during lockdown. So it's gone down from 1,600 to 1,100. So we started digging a bit deeper to understand why would Stokvels be withdrawing less now at a time where cash is needed by most customers? And the feedback we've been getting from Stokvels groups is the money that they set aside is such an important part of their financial planning that they're not willing to draw into that money. So even though times are tough and customers and consumers need access to cash, the last pot that they're going to touch is their savings pot, which I think is a good story for South Africans to speak to that savings culture that exists through group savings and through Stokvels as we know them.
Yeah, the culture of discipline is what I see there. Now, has the COVID-19 pandemic exposed any gaps in the Stokvels market? And if so, what are they?
Definitely. I think the COVID-19 pandemic has shown that there are still areas that Stokvels and savings groups can adapt and do a lot better than they have in the past. The starting point is they need to go into branch to deposit money. With lockdown, movement was obviously restricted. And so groups were forced to adapt and use the technology around them. So what we've seen during this time is that there's an increase in electronic payments made or EFTs, and there's been less visits to branch, which is a very positive trend. I think moving forward, more and more organizations like ours, like FNB, are going to be asked, how do you use technology to make sure that you continue to drive trust that Stokvels members have, but also enable members to bank remotely via their cell phone banking or via their app?
So, Sfiso, when we look moving forward, I mean, what does the future of Stokvels look like in light of our new normal?
I think moving forward, the importance of digital banking that we've just highlighted is going to increase. Movement will be restricted for the foreseeable future, so savings groups will be looking to be able to continue their savings without needing to leave their homes or places of employment. Moving forward, I also see us moving from the traditional cash savings that Stokvels have had to more longer-term solutions. Examples include investing in shares, for example, for a longer horizon of more than just 1 year. And savings groups are already asking us, how can I cater and save for future generations? So we'll see a move from cash to longer-term instruments such as shares, investing in gold, investing in some unit trusts. And I think moving forward, we'll see different types of Stokvels starting to emerge as well. So investor Stokvels are becoming increasingly important. Property Stokvels are becoming increasingly important. And it is up to us as an organization how can we make sure that we are there for every step of a Stokvels journey? And as they move from being one type of Stokvel to the other, we want to be the bank of choice.
Continuously being the bank of choice. Okay, I kind of like the vein in which you're continuing on, Sfi. So when you're speaking about all things being future, you've also touched on digital and the digital space. So how important do you think digital adoption will be for Stokvels groups moving forward?
I think digital adoption is going to be the single biggest change that savings groups will need to make. Historically, our moms, aunts, uncles have been saving through Stokvels, but cash has been king. We've been writing down our collections in a book. All of this will change moving forward. It will need to sit on a digital platform that everyone can see and access at any point. I, as a member, would need to see that, okay, Upalisa has contributed just as I have contributed. So the ability to bring that information from just the treasurer who holds the book to everyone else on the group is going to be important. And the only way we can do that is if we do it through technology.
Sfiso, do you also foresee a possible shift or change in Stokvel goals, moving away from conventional savings and more into investing to drive wealth creation?
Absolutely. I think as we now see ourselves, the world is a very uncertain place. And yes, Stokvels played a very important part in being able to cater to immediate needs. So a burial society, should a death occur, a saving Stokvels to make sure that there's some disposable income at the end of the year, or even a grocery Stokvels so you can buy food in bulk. Moving forward, a lot more parents and people in savings groups want to know, how do I secure a future for myself and for the next generation? And that's where the investments are going to come in. How do I invest in other companies that are set for growth in the future? And what other asset classes can I invest in? We are seeing groups that are buying properties and renting them out because that's a guaranteed way to get income. And we're going to see a lot more of these investor Stokvels, these property Stokvels playing a big role. And the exciting bit is that the model is evolving. It's still centered around trust, it's still centered around discipline and long-term planning. However, the long term has become longer than 12 months to actually planning for the next generation.
Thank you so much, Sfiso, for breaking that down and showing us that indeed we are fully equipped with the education that we need when it comes to all things Stokvel with FNB. Siyabonga Butwam. Cheers.
Ngiyabonga.
Bye. That was Sfiso Nkosi representing FNB and also reminding us that although we live in a world where cash is king, the future of Stokvels as we adapt to the new normal is taken care of.
We can help you bank safely from the comfort of your home. Download the FNB app. FNB, how can we help you?